It's another day in August, which means it's time for another video from me, the Budget Equestrian. Hello my equestrian friends, it's me Lisa, the Budget Equestrian. Welcome back to today's video. And today I wanted to share something with you guys that I'm working on with Plezant. If you've been following along this VEDA challenge that I've been doing for August, remember back on day number 2 when I talked about grooming Plezant and how I don't tie him up a lot? Well, I wanted to go a little bit more into detail with you about that. And today I wanted to talk to you about this little thing right here. Do you know what this is? Have you seen one of these before? This is a blocker tie ring. And I use this mainly for Frisbee, but I'm getting in the habit of using it more for Plezant. And how this thing works is I have it hooked up to my hitching post through a screw eye. So that thing lives here all the time. And then there's a carabiner clip and then the blocker tie ring itself. So it just hooks up to the screw eye and then it just stays here all the time. And this is how I tie my horses up to my hitching post. Pretty cool. It's also kind of expensive. This one runs about $28. But what I really like about the blocker tie ring is when I am tying my horse up to the hitching post, that's basically all I have to do. I don't usually do it at the end, but the other end of the lead rope, you just feed it through. And it's like a magnetic clip and it just keeps the lead rope in place. So then your horse goes here. And the reason this is so nice to have for tying the horses is because I don't have to tie them to the hitching post or to the post here itself, but I can pretty much just grab my horse, put the lead rope through the blocker ring like that, and then he's tied. And as long as the horse doesn't pull back, it's pretty firm. But the best thing about this is if your horse does pull back, he won't be panicking because he can't get free. When the horse pulls back, the lead rope moves through the blocker ring. And by using the rope halters that I use on my horses, if they do pull back, they're going to get tension on the pull from the rope halter. And I've worked with both of them so that they know that if they give in to the pressure, then they get a release or they get a reward. So when they pull on the lead rope, that's going to put pull pressure on the halter. And once they've gotten away a little bit so they're not so panicked, then they stop. When they stop, the pull pressure is released from the halter. I know that sounds like a lot and it might be a little confusing, but I'm going to show you how I do this with Plezant. And we're going to work on Plezant a little bit today and tying him up using the blocker ring. And Plezant is ready to get groomed. He enjoys grooming, I think, just as much as I enjoy grooming him. So hopefully this will be a nice, easy lesson in standing tied. And he'll get groomed. And then we'll put some fly spray on him to keep the flies away, because the flies are bad. They're so bad. Yes. Oh. That's a good boy. Oh, that's a good boy. We'll get the flies off you. Yes. He's a good boy. And yeah, he gets a treat after we get him haltered, because I do like giving him treats and I do like to make it a rewarding experience. So he does get lots of treats. That's a good boy. So I want Plezant to get used to being at the hitching post and getting tied, and that being tied is not a bad thing. When I got him, he wasn't used to being straight tied. He's only ever been tied using cross ties. So this is just like a work in progress of getting Plezant used to standing tied using the hitching post and the blocker ring. So in one way that you can do it, and what I like to do, is just put the lead rope up on the hitching post. So that way it's kind of getting him in the idea of that this is where the lead rope goes. So he's used to me brushing him and just hanging out with him a lot, but usually I am holding the lead rope. So this is just a baby step to getting him to be tied. All right, so that's the baby step of having him stand. Now we'll see how he's going to react to being tied. So I just take the lead rope and feed it through the blocker ring, and then give him a treat to tell him how good he is. And ask him to step forward. And even if it's a step, I'm okay with that. And I'm not necessarily wanting him to tug on it because I want it to be a good experience. I don't want him to panic. But at the same time, I want him to get used to it's okay to stand tied. Now, one thing I wouldn't do with him, since he is a little bit nervous, usually, even though he doesn't look nervous right now, is I'm not going to keep him tied when I put the fly spray on, because I don't want to start a battle if I don't have to. Does that make sense? But being able to groom your horse while he's tied, tack up while he's tied, makes things a whole lot easier. This is why I really want him to get used to standing here and kind of accepting that it's okay to be tied up, sort of, at the hitching post. So no fireworks yet. And like I said, I'm just trying to make it a pleasant experience for Plezant. Standing tied using the blocker ring. And he's being a very, very good boy. So I think that is a pretty good test for today. I'll give him a treat while he's tied, if he wants it. Good boy. Tell him how good he is, and then unclip him, because he's really not tied. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how to use the blocker ring. I am so happy I bought it. I actually got it a long time ago. I'm talking years. But I am very glad that I bought that blocker ring. It makes it safer for tying my horses, and if they do panic or get scared, they're not going to take the hitching post with them. It's a lot safer than tying them to the hitching post, and it's just a slow process of getting him accustomed to it, but he's getting there. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can watch all my other DIY projects, product reviews, and horse-related videos showing you how to make the most of the time that you have with your horse. Again, thanks so much for watching, and Plezant and I will see you in the next video. Huh, yeah, we'll see him in the next video. Yeah.